So hi guys, let's begin my review of Batgirl issue number 6. Now before I start this review, I want to show you the cover of this issue because I also love this cover. This is my second favorite cover, that of the comics I picked up this week, and also my favorite Batgirl cover because you see Batman right here and we actually see Batgirl right here too. And there's no, words saying anything like Batman and Batgirl working together or anything like that. We just see the title right here and we just see Batman and Batgirl together, which is pretty awesome. And the reason why Batman's on this cover is because Batman and Batgirl actually team up in this issue. So let's start this review. So in issue number 5, I didn't want to tell you guys what happened at the end of it, but I will mention it here now because hopefully you guys have already picked up issue number 5 of Batgirl and read it. So in the end of issue number 5, we saw actually Gretel actually take control of Bruce Wayne. Now Bruce Wayne is, mind controlled, and he's saying the number 338, and he's about to attack Batgirl. And a fight, goes on in this issue between Bruce and Batgirl. Bruce is, attacking Batgirl and his assistant, but Batgirl really doesn't want to fight against, Bruce, as Barbara doesn't want to, hit Bruce too hard, and she knows Bruce can actually take a hit, but she doesn't want to hurt him because they have history with one another, because they used to work together, they were partners once, and they had just that history with one another. And basically she actually reminisces and she thinks back to the time when she was Batgirl, and she didn't want to be a sidekick for Batman. Batman didn't want another sidekick, so she said their relationship was kind of rocky because Batgirl wanted to be her own hero, but at the same time, of course, she needed a mentor, she needed a teacher. Not saying that she wasn't a good hero, but she was pretty good on her own already. So we see her relationship with Bruce, and the first time when she got paralyzed, she thought that Bruce was going to be all hard on her. She thought that Batman was going to say, you should have never been Batgirl. It was wrong to take you under my wing, and saying that you were careless or something like that. And she was scared. She thought that it was her fault that she got shot by the Joker, but Batman grabbed her hand and held it, and he didn't say a word. And this shows a lot of things that like I said, Batman does take his partnership with his not sidekicks, but with the people he has worked with, like Dick Grayson, Damian, Tim Drake, and Barbara. He has taken them under his wing, and he takes it really seriously. It's not like he doesn't want Barbara to be his sidekick, but it's that he doesn't want to drag another person into his life, into his own world, because when Barbara got shot, it devastated Batman. It might not have shown, but Batman has regretted that it was his fault that, Barbara got shot. He blamed himself. He also blamed himself for, Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, he blamed himself that Tim Drake turned into the Joker, or Joker Jr. He blames himself for this stuff. He blamed himself for Jason Todd's death because he brought them into this. If he never took them in, none of this would have ever happened. They would have never suffered, and they would have never, gotten either beaten by the Joker or getting hurt as badly as they were before. Batman takes these things really seriously. He takes this to heart, and this is basically one of his biggest fears, is that he's scared to get his own, sidekicks or partners in danger because of him. And, that just shows a lot. And of course, like I said, they're fighting against each other, and Barbara can't really fight against Bruce because, they've been working together, their history. And so she actually takes out a concussion batarang, but she can't throw the batarang. She puts it away and says, I can't do it. I can't do this because, I just can't bring myself to do this to him. We worked together so closely, but we weren't that close, but still, we had history, so I can't do this to him. So she decides not to throw the batarang. And in the end, basically, we find out that Bruce was basically pretending just so that, there wouldn't be any trouble. So he pretended to be, mind controlled and whatnot. And then Gretel of course, in the end, escapes, and everything's okay, everything's fine. Bruce goes back to normal because, you know, Barbara says, like, oh, we're 2 blocks away from Crime Alley, you know, where your parents die. You can't do this, you know, they're watching you. You don't want them to, you know, look at you and be like, oh, you know, you just went on, you know, back on what you said, you know, you're hurting someone, you're gonna kill someone, you know. That basically makes, you know, Gretel think that, okay, Bruce snapped out of it. But after that, you know, Bruce does tell Barbara that I'm proud of you, you know, you deserve every right to be Batgirl, you know, and that made Barbara really happy that he accepted her as Batgirl and that he doesn't resent that. And, you know, that's just something Barbara had to face too, because she always thought that Bruce or Batman thought that she didn't deserve the rights to have, you know, the title Batgirl in her name or, you know, whatnot, or to be a hero. But, you know, of course, it sparks, you know, happiness in Barbara and makes her, you know, glad that he does accept her. And we also learn Gretel's backstory. We learned that she used to be a reporter and she wanted to be just like Lois Lane, and that's saying a lot. I mean, Lois Lane, she would put herself in danger to get a scoop on a story or two, you know, basically like rat out on someone in the newspaper, you know. And she did this to Whittaker. Gretel went and tried to, you know, scoop up dirt on Whittaker and try to post it up on a newspaper. But she got caught and they tried to kill her, or they almost succeeded killing her. And in the end, that tragic, you know, moment or part of her life basically turned her into a villain. After that tragic moment, she was able to control people by touching them, I guess. That's just what happened. I don't know. But yeah, we basically get the backstory for Gretel. And then after that, Batman and Barbara does get a plan to work together to stop Gretel in the end of this issue. And you know, it's a great ending. Like, I love the ending. I won't, like, say more about it because I don't really want to keep going in depth, you know, because I really want you guys to read it and I don't want to feel like I'm spoiling everything all the time. So I won't, you know, go in depth about what happened. But yeah, Batgirl and Batman does work together to stop Gretel. And I love how the ending happened, you know. It was a short storyline. Issue number 5 and issue number 6. This is just the Gretel storyline, and this is the end of it. And then also we also see more of Barbara's relationship with her mother, that she still is a bit upset at her mother, and she's still, you know, Barbara's mom still trying to get her to, you know, be okay with her, you know, be on good terms with her own daughter. So yeah, and that's basically what all happens in this issue. And then in the next issue, it says the Joker or the joke returns or something like that. So basically we're going to go back to the moment where Barbara got shot, probably. So all in all, I love the storyline. This storyline was great. I love, you know, Gretel only lasted 2 issues, but the storyline with this was really great. I mean, the Mirror storyline, it was okay it was like good in the beginning, then it went to just okay. I thought the, you know, Mirror storyline was okay, but the Gretel storyline was pretty interesting. I really liked it. It brought more, like, they brought the relationship between Barbara and, you know, Bruce, which is really great and fantastic. And it was a really touching moment to have Bruce say, you know, I accept you as Batgirl. You have every right to be Batgirl. I'm proud of you. You know, that was a really touching moment. I felt that was a really, really good moment in this issue. And I just can't wait to read the next, you know, next Batgirl issue. Like, I can't wait to see what happens if they're going to go back to, you know, Barbara's past, you know, getting shot by the Joker. I just can't wait to see it. Maybe she might have to overcome it again. Who knows? You know, we won't know until we read the next issue. But this issue really does push me on to keep reading Batgirl. Batgirl is doing great. I'm happy this is one of the issues that aren't actually getting booed off. You know, DC's New 52, because I really don't want Batgirl to end, because I really do like Batgirl. Like, it has potential. This issue, this whole comic book series does have you know, potential. I want to see Batgirl keep going on and on and on, just as I want to see Blue Beetle go on and on, because, you know, a lot of people already have their speculations that, I don't like Barbara, you know, they should have put, you know, Stephanie Brown back as Batgirl. Why did they have to bring Barbara back? But I like Barbara, you know, she was an interesting character, and I just like her in general. Like, she was really smart in this. She actually figured out Gretel's identity too by figuring out that she had 3 bullets in the gun, and it was a .38 millimeter, you know, pistol or revolver or whatnot. And she figured out that, you know, her backstory or what happened to her in her past was that she got shot by a .38 you know, revolver gun, and she got shot 3 times, 1 in the head, 2 in the stomach. So this is like her fixation with 338 because of how she was killed. And that's how Barbara figured it out. She was really smart, and I like that. But yeah. And I can't really judge, you know, Stephanie Brown, because I can't say like, oh, I don't like Stephanie Brown as Batgirl, you know, she sucks. I have never read any issues about, you know, Stephanie Brown being Batgirl, so I wouldn't know. But I heard, you know, she was a really good Batgirl, and I would like to, you know, read issues or trade paperbacks of her story before, you know, Barbara came back. But yeah, I love Batgirl issue number 6. I hope you guys pick this issue up, and I hope you like this review. So, you know, I'll talk to you guys later, okay? Superboy and Green Lantern will be coming up next, and yeah, talk to you guys later.